All right, y'all, ain't no half step on Marcus J is live. We in the building for our very first show of 2017. We have an outstanding show, as we do all the time, opening it up with an entrepreneurial effort that you definitely are going to want to hear about. We've got a host of people who are going to share their experiences in working with a new group economic social media site called Debridge that will launch later on this week. So we got a few people that we will have on the live line talking to us about that. And then we'll bring in the crew. We've got a round table. We got the Sham People room. We also are going to ask about 2017, what you think is going to happen. We got the crew in the room, and we got you. You're listening to the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. It's called Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. Guess what? It's live. When? Right now.
It's about that time. It's about that time to get.
Button your lip, open your ears, strap on your thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
If they lying, half stepping. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is live. We in the building. Be down with us tonight at 804-402-2893. Be part of the flagship show, heard live from the den of Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all to everybody that's rocking with us tonight. We appreciate those folks right now listening to us on Streamer, on TuneIn, listening to us directly from our website, www.legacyinternetradio.com. We appreciate those folks listening to us on YouTube as well as on iTunes. Y'all rock with us every week. We roll with y'all, and we appreciate you for doing that. As you heard me just a minute ago set it up, we have an outstanding interview that we are going to bring to you from our live line. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J live from the den of Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all for continuing to listen to us tonight. As I mentioned to you guys just a few minutes ago, we've got an outstanding interview here with one of our longtime listeners and supporters and contributors here on Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. Now, y'all know that one thing that we're really in favor of here at the station and on the show is group economics. And we've got an outstanding discussion that we're going to have about group economics that is going to be headed by our sister, Jackie Hosky, returning to our show to talk to us about Debridge. What's going on, Jackie?
Everything's going on. Everything is fabulous. Thank you so much for having me, Marcus. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being back on the show. I remember when we talked a few weeks ago, you told me that there was something big coming that we definitely needed to talk about, and that big thing is the bridge. The bridge is on its way. Tell us about the bridge. What is it?
Absolutely, Marcus. Absolutely. I am super excited about my new social media website called Debridge. Now, the goal of Debridge is to help our members across the globe to unite and become self-sufficient through group economics. You know how important group economics is in our community. So I was thinking, how would I be able to facilitate this so that we can actually be active in it, make it easy for people to actually do? Because what group economics is, like initially, is basically taking those trillions of dollars that we make and redirecting it back into our community. At its core is buying black. So my goal was, my thought process was, how do I do that? How do I do that and make it easy for the community to do? And so I created this platform so that we can. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to ask you, what motivated you to
question?
start this? Because this, I mean, is an outstanding thing. I mean, I know that we've had conversations like this before. Why now? What motivated you to start this now?
Well, I actually was thinking about it because earlier, maybe like a few months ago, I came across a YouTube video with Dr. Claude Anderson. And Dr. Claude Anderson was talking about powernomics. And he had a blueprint for our community and what we need to do to be able to practice, to basically, get in a race. As Black people, what he says is that as Black people, we can't afford to be racist because we're not even in a race. So he has this blueprint to help us get in the race. And at the bottom, he has a pyramid. And at the bottom of the pyramid, what he says that we need to do first is to create this grassroots movement. And in order for us to create this grassroots movement, we have to rebuild our communities. And because, as you know, Marcus, that a lot of our businesses are suffering because we do not have a community to support it. And in order for our businesses to grow, then, we have to have a community. So my thought process was, I was really interested in this and the facts that he stated. One of the things that he stated that really got me was that he said, we Black people in America, we are in the same financial position that we were the day after the Emancipation Proclamation.
Right.
The day after the Emancipation Proclamation, Black people own only less than 2% of the nation's wealth. Today, in 2017, after having a Black president for 8 years, we still only own less than 2% of the nation's wealth.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah,
that's crazy to me.
It's very crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm familiar with Dr. Claude as well
and
as
if
Powernomics. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying I'm familiar with Dr. Claude Anderson as well as the Powernomics, and when I heard that statistic myself, it is literally jaw dropping when you hear it. It is.
It is.
So who's the target?
It is.
Who's the target for Debridge?
Who's the target? The target is, Black people. The target is African Americans. I feel like that we have a unique situation here in America. I feel like, of course, we connect with all different races and, people of, color. But I feel like that our situation in particular is unique because we don't have anything. We built this country and we don't have anything to show for it.
Right.
Anything to show for it. And it's because we've been conditioned. It's because that we've been systematically conditioned to think a certain way. And so I just feel like that, I just feel like that we haven't been conscientious about our position here and what's going on. And so, what I want to do is to basically start people to have this conversation, the same conversation, that Dr. Claude Anderson, is having with people. I want us to start having that conversation and moving past the conversation and start taking action. I don't want to be out here complaining about, what we don't have. I don't want to complain about what the man is doing to us. My question is, what are we doing for us?
Right.
That's what my question is. So basically, the Debridge is what I call a love movement. I love my people so much that I want us to do better. And so, my goal, like after following class, I actually took his class. He has an online class. And, my question is, what can I do? I mean, I work like everybody else work. Live check to check like everybody else. So my question is like, how do I fit in this movement? And so I decided to use what I have to be able to, help our people move forward and to actually follow the blueprint of Dr. Claude Anderson. And so what I've done is created this, online community. That's what it is. It's an online community. I'm not going to go out here and run banging on people's doors trying to get them to go marching or anything like that. But I've been working on computers for years. So I decided to start this online community where we can get the message out there, and not just get the message out there, to actively engage in group economics. And I say that because on my platform, what we have is, of course, we have an app. I've actually partnered with X-Blackie, who has a business app that you'll be able to download once you come onto the site. I have a Black directory. And what my goal is to, like I said, not only have the information for people, but I said that we can actively engage in group economics because it's my goal to have the largest social media site that actively that you can actually get the information from. So, meaning like anything you need. So you need a bicycle or something like that. Then you'll be able to come in this one central location, put in your city and state, and all the African American bike makers will come up, or businesses that make bikes will come up right there on your telephone. That's how come I say you can easily actively engage in group economics. And the other thing about that's really special about my platform is it's not a economic empowerment platform. We actually nurture the community as well. And I say that we're able to nurture the community because what I've done is I've gathered several what I call my quote-unquote success leaders, because I want to be able to meet the needs of our community, not just financially. So I feel like there are a bunch of needs in our community that needs to be met. So I've actually gathered experts in their field to be able to help the people in our community and offer their services. Not just, they're not just here to empower. They're here to offer their services and resources to help the people of the Bridge community.
Let me transition.
That being said,
I have step on Marcus J live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio. We're talking to our sister Jackie Hosky. She's the founder of Debridge, which is a group economic social media site that is designed to help us connect with one another on pretty much anything that we may need to get or do from or with each other. Jackie, you got a team with you on the live line with us. Why don't you introduce your team and give them an opportunity to kind of share what they do?
Great, I do. Thank you, Marcus. I'll let them introduce themselves. We're going to start off with Jamel. Jamel, you on the line?
I am. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Marcus.
Hi, Jamel.
Hey, Jamel, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding. Tell us about yourself. What do you do?
Sure. So I am Jamel Knotts. I am based in West Haven, Connecticut. I am a life coach and entrepreneur. I am also the founder of Tamar, testifying about molestation, abuse, and rape ministries, Walk in My Shoes mentorship program for young women, and Chosen Misfits LLC. As a life coach, more than anything, my main focal point for my clients is helping them become free of their past traumas and hurts, so that they can live a life full of self-acceptance and self-expression, freedom of choice, and just to freely love other people without reservation or fear of being hurt. I feel like our life is about choices, and happiness and misery have a common denominator. They're both choices. I try to empower people to choose happiness so that they can live a life that is full of abundance, and that is what I bring to the Bridge.
Wow, that's deep, man. I tell you, whenever I hear a person tell me they're a life coach or hear them say they're a life coach, I'm always intrigued because I know that you've seen things, you've been through things, and you're in a position to be able to help folks get through what they are going through. And so I'm always intrigued and always impressed with folks who take that on, because it's I would imagine that it's a lot. And so I applaud you on your efforts. So thank you, Jamel, for sharing that and sharing who you are and sharing what you do with us and our listeners here. I appreciate you, sister. I appreciate you. Jackie,
thank you, Marcus. Thank you.
Absolutely. Jackie, who do we have next?
Next we have Tank, and he's our financial expert. Tank?
Good evening. Happy New Year, Marcus. Happy New Year, Jackie and the squad. How's everyone doing tonight?
Tank, we're doing
great.
Fabulous, brother. Thank you for joining us. Tell us about yourself, Tank. What do you do?
Excellent. Thanks for having me. Well, I'm a financial services professional. I've been working in the financial industry for over 18 years now. I got started in 1998 with Solomon Smith Barney, basically working at that point in time with professional athletes and entertainers. I'm a former Division I football player at Temple University and a former bodyguard for the music group Boys to Men. So after I attained my degree in finance, it kind of was a natural segue for me to start working with athletes and entertainers. Throughout the course of my financial services career, however, I really started to see that there was a void in the community from which I came. I made a lot of money very fast. I was able to, ascend to heights that I never thought, even dream or imagine when I grew up in West Philly. And I ended up moving over to a predominantly white/Jewish section of Jersey, Cherry Hill, Voorhees area. And when I started to have my own children, put them in schools and see the effects of not having people that look like them just exposed to them on a daily basis, showing them success, it really took a toll on me. So in 2008, I moved my family to Atlanta, Georgia, where there seemed to be a greater amount of African Americans who appeared to at least be well off. And I dedicated myself to economic empowerment and financial literacy in the African American community, as well as a mentorship program that I've started called the 12 Disciples, which basically is myself and 11 other professional African American males taking one-on-one responsibility with a young African American male and mentoring them through fourth grade up to college, showing them all the career options that are available to them and letting them get a chance to see things that normally in our neighborhoods and communities we don't get to see.
Wow. I ain't know how to step on Marcus J. Tank. I appreciate that simply because I grew up in the area. I grew up in Jersey City, New Jersey. So I'm familiar. I spent some time in Philadelphia as a kid, and I certainly know all about Cherry Hill. And so I know a little bit about the areas that affected you and affected the way you decided to live your life. And I certainly understand the move to Atlanta to see more like-minded and empowered black men and women doing the things that need to be done to show the younger folks behind us how great we are. And you're a part of that, brother. So I appreciate your efforts and I appreciate your information. We look forward to working with you in the future.
Thanks.
You got it, brother.
Excellent, Marcus. Thank you. I appreciate your kind words, brother. Take care. Thank you.
You got it, brother. Jackie, who do we have next?
Next we have James. Hi, James.
Hey, Jackie, how are you? How you doing, Marcus J?
James, I'm well, brother. How you doing?
Great, wonderful. My name is James Jazzy Jordan. I'm a music expert. I spent over 30 years working with artists such as your own Will Smith from Philly, R. Kelly, Marvin Sapp, just to name a few, Salt and Pepper. You know, you name them, I probably work with them. But in addition to that, I'm also a speaker, a life coach as well, and I'm an expert in plant-based diets. I just came up with a new book because I'm a best-selling author called Health is Wealth. I just believe that if we take care of ourselves and we take care of our health, our community will be stronger and will be better because we can't do anything without health. And it all ties in together. So I'm on the bridge, and thanks, Jackie, for inviting me. I'm on the bridge to help people with their music. I want to help people with their diets. I want to help people with their attitudes. I want to help people with their growth. Because, again, we don't own anything. We need to start developing ourselves, because if we develop ourselves, we can develop everything else. So I'm so happy to be here today.
James, you merged a few things.
Thank you, James.
You merged a few things, James, that are very personal to me. I'm a big, obviously most of us are big fans of music. So you mentioned as a music expert and as an author, but you're someone that's also big on diet. And I tell people when I have an opportunity that, if you don't take care of what's going on inside your body based on what you're putting in it, then you have no real control over how you feel. You got to make sure you give yourself the proper fuel. You drive a car and they tell you to put unleaded fuel in it, you better not put diesel in it. You know what I mean? And so we don't take that same care oftentimes with our bodies.
Marcus, it's funny you should say that, because I use that same analogy in my book.
Do you?
We know more about our cars than we do our bodies.
Absolutely.
We know what kind of fuel to use. We know things about our cars. We know nothing about our body.
Yeah.
And that's the most priceless gift we could ever have.
Absolutely. James, you are empowering people, brother. You should be proud of yourself, because I'm proud of you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you being with us.
Well, thanks so much.
You got it,
Thank
brother.
you. Thank you for having me.
You got it. Thank you, brother. Jackie, who we got next?
Next we have Nzinga. She is the balance queen. Nzinga,
you with us?
Hi, Jackie. Hi, Marcus J.
Hey, Nzinga, how you doing?
Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely. Thank you. What do you do, Nzinga?
Hello.
What do you do?
Yes, so like Jackie said, I'm known as the balance queen. I am on the bridge because Jackie actually reached out to me and chose me to be an image and a spokesperson for the Bridge and what it brings to us as a community. And at first I was kind of taken back by, like, why would I be an image for that? And really looking at just how me and Jackie even connected and met, it started to make more sense to me. Back in April, Jackie was one of my first clients in a new business that I started, coming off of a 12-year career in the restaurant industry and service industry. I was a single mother who came to a point where the work that I was doing, one, was not fulfilling in the sense that it was purpose-driven. Two, it was very much an interference and debilitating to me being fully there as a mother for my 2-year-old daughter. And so this was a time in my life where I really just stepped out on faith and made the decision to rework things in my life in the way that I can bring purpose into my life, and I can use all the gifts and talents that I already had within myself to just bring something forth to service other people and to also change my life on a daily basis. And so I did that in starting my company called Source, in which I started a juice line that connected people balancing their chakras with just by simply eating specific foods. Right. So I created this juice line and marketed it by connecting with a personal trainer who was Jackie's personal trainer. And so for the past 7-8 months, I made juices for Jackie in regards to helping her balance her chakras and bring more balance into her life, as well as help her nutritionally and get into her fitness goals.
Right.
And so looking at that, it really kind of epitomizes what we are trying to create here with the Bridge is having people step out into faith and understanding that they have a community and they are connected with people to make their dreams happen and to really create something for ourselves and own something for ourselves.
Right.
And so, yes, I'm very much grateful for even being here now, working in one of Jackie's projects and being a part of this community.
Right. Well, I'm actually, as I'm listening to you and she introduced you as the Balance Queen, part of me was wondering if you were going to say something about chakras, and you did. I'm just learning now about them. And then you mentioned the juicing and all of that together. I mean, it kind of takes me back a little bit to what we talked about with James. We talked about, diet and fitness and all of that kind of goes together, and having some sort of balance and being able to determine what's right for you, what isn't right for you. How can you go about maintaining some sort of balance and positivity in your life? So I appreciate that, Nzenga. Thank you, sister, and keep in touch. We look forward to hearing the great things you do going forward.
Yes, thank you very much.
You got it. Thank you. What's up, Jackie? Who we got next?
Last but not least, we have Kyle. Kyle, you on the line?
I am on the line. Can you hear me okay?
We got you, brother. How you doing, Kyle?
Okay, thank you. And Happy New Year to everybody. Peace, blessings, and all those good things. I'm Kyle McIver. I'm the partner. I'm Jackie's partner, communications director, sounding board.
And we all need one of those.
My background is in. I'm sorry?
I said we all need one of those, so I'm with you.
Absolutely. So my background is primarily in journalism and communications. I have a degree from Rutgers University in journalism and mass communications. But in addition to that, coming up in my education, I had the great pleasure of having Dr. Ivan Van Sertima as one of my professors when I was in college.
Wow.
And that kind of instilled in me the drive that, we come from greatness and we need to return to greatness. So history is very important in what we're doing with the Bridge. I've spent a lot of time working in communications for nonprofits as well as for private organizations. I've made a lot of other people money. And I feel like the skills that I've honed out in those areas, in medicine, in telecommunications, and so forth, I want to actually bring to bear on our own situation and try to help influence our own people to be more conscientious about how we simply spend our money.
Right.
Kind of going back to some of what Jackie was saying in the intro, we you can walk around any neighborhood and you can see all different groups, owning businesses in these neighborhoods, and very few of the people that live in those neighborhoods own businesses.
Right.
But we go to those businesses, so we want to encourage people to be more conscientious about how they apply their economic might to the situation that we're in. And one of the things that Dr. Claude Anderson, as well as Marcus Garvey, even Martin Luther King later in a lot of his speeches, Malcolm X, and many of our great leaders highlighted was our ability to do for ourselves.
Right.
It means that we have to empower each other. And what you don't see a lot of times, like especially given like this past election season that we had, what you don't see is you don't see a lot of other groups really too invested in the elections, because no matter how they go, those groups have insulated themselves financially so that they will have some power or some means to push their agenda regardless of who's in office.
Right.
That's where we have to go.
Right. Ain't no half
so, that said, I try to... No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just, transition. Ain't no half stepping. Marcus J. Live from the Dan Legacy Internet Radio. Kyle, go ahead and finish your point. Just doing a little branding there, brother. Go ahead.
Absolutely, I understand. But essentially, we just want to become make our people more financially literate, more economically literate, and understand the impact of those the few little dollars that we make can make a huge statement, more than any march, more than any television program, or any of these other things. We can actually empower each other and empower our businesses and encourage people to not just get out here to focus on getting an education to get a job, but focus on building a career and a legacy. I worked for a company where they employed most of their family. And a lot of the people in that company complained, everybody at the top has the same name. And I defended them. Yeah, absolutely. If I owned a business, everybody at the top would have the same name. And we need to create those spaces for ourselves. We need to create spaces where we can hire our children. Right. Because otherwise we don't have much.
Right. Kyle, as I'm listening to you speak, man, you are pretty compelling. I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, I'm sure I don't know if you know how dope you are, man, because you got a couple of things. First of all, you got the communications aspect, and I feel a kind of a level of kinship to you because I also have a journalism degree from Virginia Union University. So that's the first thing, where I feel a little bit of a kinship to you. But I also appreciate the fact that, as someone with that degree, I know that you understand how important it is for us to be in control of our own image and message, because everybody else is. And when you look at other media outlets, other than BET and TV One and things of that sort, if you look at other non-white media outlets, they specifically speak to their people, whereas ours, we got to be inclusive and speak to everybody. So I know you understand that. So as I'm listening to you talk, I know
and we can't offend anybody.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And so as you were talking about, how in our neighborhoods, everybody's got something going on except us. I'm like, man, this brother gets it, man. This brother really gets it. So Kai, I appreciate you being a part of the show tonight, and of course working with our sister Jackie. I look forward to working with you going forward in the future. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Jackie,
Thank you. I appreciate being here. Thank
absolutely, absolutely. Jackie Kyle, I
Yes,
believe,
Marcus.
was the last one. So in closing, here's what I'd like for you to do. Give us a recap real quick of Debridge. We kind of went through kind of the highlights, but it's coming. So kind of close it out with when it's coming and how outstanding and awesome it's going to be and how we can be a part of it.
Thank you, thank you, Marcus.
Sure.
Debridge, we launched Debridge January the 7th at 7 p.m. It will be open to the public. It is free. We are having to launch the Debridge, we're having a live conference call where everybody can call in. They can listen to, we have 23 success leaders. Of course, we won't have all of them on the call, but you can call in. You have these fabulous guys that we have on the phone. And what I want you to do is you'll be able to listen to them, and you'll be able to engage and ask questions. And five lucky people who call in, they will win a free coaching session with a success leader of their choice.
Wow. Okay.
Now, just to recap what I said. What Debridge is a one-of-a-kind social media site directly engaged in group economics. It is my goal to help us to learn how important it is for us to unite as a people, to come together as a people, and to intentionally direct our dollars in our community. On Debridge, I am just the connect. I connect you with all these fabulous success leaders that you hear here today on the telephone. And my goal is for you to be able to use them and their resources and allow them to serve you so that we can become self-sufficient and practice group economics. The way that you can join in on our conference call on our launch on January the 7th at 7 p.m. is you can follow me on Facebook. I have a blog called Real People, Real Talk, and there is a link there that will allow you to sign up right now and today so that you can become a part of our launch call. And on that launch call, you'll find out how you'll be able to join Debridge. And you know, my goal, Marcus. I'm wordy. I'll try to make this short. Okay. But my goal is to make this the largest social media site directly engaged in group economics. It is my goal that we come together and have all the different, initiatives out there that's dealing with group economics to be on my one platform. Like I said, there's a lot of things going on Debridge, but we are a social media network that's much like Facebook. You can call it the Black Facebook. So come on over, guys. Change over and come on to a social media site that serves you. So I guess that's it, Marcus. And I just want to thank you so much for having me. I look forward to working with you in the future, and I cannot wait to see everybody on Debridge. Again, you can connect with us on Real People, Real Talk. There's a link there that will allow you to sign up for our conference call and our launch. Our launch again is January the 7th at 7 p.m. I look forward to seeing you then.
Ain't no hat stepping on Marcus J. Live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio. Jackie, as usual, you're outstanding and compelling, and I look forward to supporting you when this continues to grow and you guys are like so big and on all the major Forbes blogs and everything. Don't forget Legacy Internet Radio was the first place that had an opportunity to break itself. No, I'm kidding with you, but no, seriously, I appreciate you and I appreciate Jamel and Tank and James and Nzinga and Kyle and yourself as well. So thank you for being with us. Hold the line. We're going to go into our first break of the night, and when we come back, we got more of the show. We're going to introduce the in-studio crew. We got a big show for you. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial. The phone lines are going to be open in the next segment as long as Facebook Live. You're listening to the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. It's called Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. We will be back in a few.
Is my mic on? Oh, okay. Legacy Internet Radio. It's your girl, the First Lady, comedianess, Lissa P. Ow, ow! Make sure you're tuned in to the #1 internet radio station around, Legacy Internet Radio. Be sure to check out our website at www.legacyinternetradio.com, or you can download the free TuneIn app. Go to the search, type in Legacy Internet Radio, and there you'll have us. Legacy Internet Radio, where independence is the key to building your legacy. Ow, ow! We gon' fight.
Tired of wearing that same old raggedy t-shirt to group events, civic, and work situations? Then why don't you check out our folks, Live Action Captions. They offer t-shirt services here in the Richmond and Tri-City area, offering multicolored direct-to-garment printing at an affordable price. Guess what? No charge for changing colors for a design either. Pick and choose whatever you want out of the rainbow. No minimums at all. Discounts at 25 or more. If you'd like to rock one of these hot shirts that we here at Legacy Internet Radio do, then you can get with Live Action Captions at 804-640-7180. Again, that's 804-640-7180. And for all the folks who don't like to use the telly, we got it on the internet at live-action-captions at comcast.net. Again, live-action-captions at comcast.net, and at that same title on Facebook and Instagram. No need to worry about it shrinking. We got you covered. Live Action Captions.